Hey everybody, it's Brad, and I'm here with the new Baby Lock Aventura sewing and embroidery machine. Just wanted to make a quick video introducing you to some of the cool new features on this machine. It is the first machine in this size that has a lot of these features, so it's pretty cool. So first, let's do a quick tour around the machine. We're going to just look around at the whole machine and kind of see how it looks. So as you can see, it has excellent lighting. There is an LED cluster both underneath of where the needle bar housing is, and there's another cluster. If we look under here, there's a nice bright LED cluster right over the arm of the machine. And speaking of the arm of the machine, this has quite a large area to the right of the needle. I believe in the literature it said it's 8.4 inches. So that's really, really cool. Another neat thing is that just like the Destiny, the Aventura features elongated feed dogs, meaning that it can grip and hold your fabric just that much better without even using a walking foot. You get much better grip. As you can see, we've got a full color touch screen here, and it displays colors very nicely. The screen's not quite as big as it is on its big brothers, the Unity and the Journey, but it's full color and it's really nice. It does the same thing where if I change my stitch settings, it changes it in real time on the screen. So you can actually see your stitch becoming wider or narrower, and that's at 100% scale. So that's a really nice feature. Another thing that I like is that when I open the compartment here, just like on the Illissimo and the Unity and the Journey and all of my feet actually clip into this. So if I drop it on the ground, they're not going to go flying everywhere. So that's good. So to get your feet out, you just pull and they come out, and see this little clip here, that's what's holding it in. Looking at the face buttons, we see that we've actually got the pattern finish button off of our Destiny and Unity and Crescendo machines. We've got that same button, which what that does is when you get to the end of a set of decorative stitches, you can touch that and it'll finish your last pattern, which is nice. We have the presser foot lifter both on the face of the machine here, but you also still have a presser foot lifter underneath. This does have a scissor key. Of course, you got needle up down, your reverse button, and the start stop button. You do, of course, have Baby Lock's famous one-touch needle threader. You just press a little lever on the side and it threads the needle for you, just like that. Super, super easy. Another thing I'd like to point out is that this does have a standard USB port. It's USB 2.0, and you can use just a standard USB flash drive to transfer your designs to this machine. So there's no need to have it plugged directly into a computer or to use cards or anything like that. It's just a regular USB drive, works with this machine. If we look at our touch screen here, we can see the machine has a lot of stuff built into it, and having that color screen really does make a difference when you're trying to figure out what it is that you're actually looking at. I can set a design and then zoom in and really see what it is that my design is going to be. I can even go and preview what it's going to look like in the hoop. So that's nice. That's always been a nice thing with color screens. It makes it a lot easier to tell what your design's going to look like when you go to sew it out. Another really exciting feature is that this Aventura is the first machine other than the Destiny that is capable of doing multi-line text. Now, what's multi-line text? That means that I can go in and choose a font and then start typing. Let's see, S, E, W, and then when I want to go down to the next line, I have an enter key. I can just hit the enter key and start typing in the next line of my text. V, I hit the wrong button. V, A, C. And then when I set this, it comes in both lines. So I can actually go in and select each individual line too and adjust my spacing that way. I can even go in and change the font that I have selected. So if I decide, you know what, I don't like the way that looks, I can change my font on the fly. Again, this is the only machine currently available other than the Destiny that's able to do this. And that also allows you to split a word and actually increase one letter's size, or change. I could even change the font that this is in if I wanted to. So that is really nifty. And of course, it has the array feature, so I could put letters on a curve. A lot of the other machines could do that, but never one in this kind of compact size. Setting the Aventura up for doing embroidery is very easy, just like you're used to with most of your Baby Lock machines. You turn the machine off, pull off your sewing table, and you take your embroidery unit and slide it into place. Just turn your machine back on, and it'll start up in embroidery mode. The Aventura comes with two embroidery hoops. One is 6 1/4 by 10 1/4, and the other is your 5 by 7. The available optional hoops are the 6 by 6, the 4 by 4, and the small 60 by 40 monogramming hoop. And then to put your hoops on, it's the same way that a Elegante, Elissimo, or Destiny would work. You just put the hoop in and slide it back and lock with the little locking levers. Another great feature on the Aventura, now this time for sewing, is that it actually has the pivoting feature built into it, which is again, the smallest, most compact machine to ever have this feature. And let me show you what that is if you don't know. This icon right here is my pivoting button, and what that's going to do for me is it'll have my machine stop with the needle down, but also it will automatically raise the presser foot for me so that I can pivot without having to take my hands off the material or use a knee lift or anything. I'll show you what that looks like in action. Okay, so I'm going to gently press on my foot control and start sewing. And then when I get to where I want to pivot, I simply stop and it automatically lifts the presser foot. And I can set how high I want that to do that. If I don't want it to go up this high, I can change that in my settings screen. But now I can simply move my fabric, and I don't have to bring the presser foot down manually. It does it automatically. I just press on my foot control again, and then I can pivot, and it automatically drops the foot back down. Pretty awesome. This machine also has the fabric sensor system, so if you set it, you can have it automatically detect how thick your fabric is, and it will change the presser foot pressure settings for you automatically on the fly as you're sewing, and that's really nice too. And of course, at the touch of a button, I can lock my stitch, trim my threads, and have the presser foot lift all in one press of a button. All in all, the Aventura is an incredible machine in a small package. It is a great machine as your primary machine for somebody that wants to get into embroidery. It's an excellent upgrade path off of an Allure or a Sophia or any of the smaller machines that don't have the capability of the bigger machines. This machine in a relatively small package is more than capable of doing incredible embroidery and being a true luxury sewing machine as well. So head down to Ellicott City Sew-Vac as soon as you can and come play with the Aventura, because it really is a revolutionary machine.